Put your hands up, put your hands up, come on, put your hands up. Put your hands up, put your hands up.
I thought we got very consistent, very businesslike, very limited chances, and played a very solid, strong game.
Are you ready to go?
Hello and welcome back to another edition of Husky Mag. I'm Bobby Bolig.
And I'm Ryan Junty.
Now Ryan, what better way to start off the show than by talking about some St. Cloud State men's hockey doing well in the Frozen Face-Off this past weekend?
Absolutely, Bobby. Let's get right into how those Huskies performed this weekend. So, Bobby, as we all know, March is bracket time, and that means the NCHC bracket was out with the Frozen Face-Off looming. Semifinal matchups featured UMD taking on North Dakota and, of course, Denver taking on St. Cloud State.
Now, after sweeping Western Michigan last weekend at the Brooks Center, the St. Cloud State men's hockey team was looking to avenge their loss from last year in the championship game of the Frozen Face-Off. But coming into it, they knew it wouldn't be easy, as Friday they took on a talented Denver team. Huskies would get on the board first on the power play with an absolute snipe from Joey Bennick. Second period rolls around and Troy Terry is able to sneak one past Charlie Lindgren. Huskies would respond though as the David Morley rifles one from the point off a no-look pass from Bennick. Now the third period rolls around with the Huskies in control 2-1, and Mikey Acimont would get his 10th goal of the season. Jimmy Schultz would throw a 180-foot empty netter, and the Huskies would hold on to the win.
Now, Bobby, that win over Denver set up a rematch with rival UMD in the championship game as Duluth took care of business in their game against North Dakota, winning 4-1.
Moving things this Saturday, the Huskies were set to take on Minnesota Duluth, who were coming off a big win over North Dakota. Now, Huskies had revenge on their minds after the Bulldogs came into St. Cloud a few weeks ago and swept the Huskies. They pick it up in the first, though. Carson Soucy would get on the board for the Bulldogs. In the second, though, the Huskies would come alive as Mikey Acimont would throw the puck off a Duluth player into the net. Time winding down now in the second, and it's Mikey Icy again with a crucial goal to put the Huskies up 1. Now, coming into the third period, Huskies took control while Patrick Russell gets the tip from Callie Kolsa that sealed the deal for the Huskies, who ended the night with a victory 3-2. SCSU coach Bob Motzko talked about the second period after the game.
In convincing fashion. Let's take a look at some of the statistics for the Huskies throughout the regular season. Leading the NCHC in points throughout the regular season was Kalle Casilla. Casilla also led the conference in assists. Charlie Lindgren was the conference leader in wins. The team collectively was an offensive juggernaut as they led the conference in goals, assists, and power play goals. They were also 8th in the conference in penalty minutes. Kirsten Kroll now joins us to discuss the upcoming NCAA tournament.
Well, Ryan, number 1 seed St. Cloud State, who is 31-8-1 on the season, will take on number 4 seed Ferris State, who are 19-14-6 on the season down at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. Puck drop on this matchup is set for 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. St. Cloud State is coming off a huge win with being crowned champions of the Frozen Face-Off. Number 2 Denver will take on number 3 seed Boston University following this game. Denver is 23-9-6 on the season and have only lost 2 games since the college hockey break, one of which was against St. Cloud State in the Frozen Face-Off tournament. Denver is one team who is considered to be the hottest after Christmas, along with Northeastern. Danton Heinen won Forward of the Year in the NCHC, and Denver's top line is above 40 points. Moving over to the Northeast region, number 1 Providence, who are 27-6-4 on the season, will take on number 4 seed Minnesota Duluth, who are 18-15-5. This game is set to start Friday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It should be a great matchup between last year's defending NCAA champions and a hot Duluth squad that plays a structured playoff game. Number 2 Boston College, who are 26-7-5, will take on number 3 Harvard, who are 19-10-4. This game will take place following the Providence and Duluth matchup at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Northeast Regionals will be held at the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts. Now moving over to the East Regionals, they will be held at the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. Number 1 seed Quinnipiac, who have seemed unstoppable this season, are 29-3-7 on the season and have comfortably held the number 1 spot in the pairwise rankings all season long. They will take on number 4 seed RIT, who are 18-14-6 on the season. Puck drop will be 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Number 2 seed Massachusetts Lowell are 24-9-5, and they'll take on the number 3 seed Yale, who are 19-8-4 on the season. This game will start at 7:30 p.m. Now finally, we have the Midwest Regionals, and they'll take on number 1 seed North Dakota, and that'll play against Northeastern in the first game of this tournament. North Dakota is 36-4 on the season and have sat comfortably in the 2nd spot in the pairwise rankings the majority of the season. North Dakota also earned first place in the NCHC and have the Penrose Cup placed for display in the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Northeastern is another team in college hockey who have been incredibly hot since the college hockey break. They have only lost 1 game since Christmas, which was to Boston University. Northeastern holds a 22-12-5 record this season. This game will be played at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Following this game is number 2 seeded Michigan and number 3 seed Notre Dame. Michigan's entire first line this season has totaled over 50 points. Star freshman Kyle Connor is also a huge threat as he has totaled 69 points on the season, is a top 10 Hobey Baker finalist, and was a top 20 NHL draft pick by Winnipeg.
Talking about the NCAA tournament as only our Kirsten Krall can do. Thank you, Kirsten.
And then also all teams in the Northeast region, all 4 of those Beanpot teams, which are Harvard, Boston College, Boston University, and Northeastern, they all made it to the NCAA tournament. And also on that East Coast, they have 5 teams that have made it to the NCAA tournament, which is the most out of all conferences in college hockey.
All right, should be a great tournament. Thank you.
And coming up next, we'll talk about another team ranked at the top of the leaderboard.
And also, we will hit the links with the St. Cloud State men's golf team.
We'll be right back.
You're watching UTVS, local TV for the Granite City.
Family fun for all ages. Powder Ridge Winter Recreation Area. Enjoy skiing, snowboarding, snow tubing just minutes south of St. Cloud. They provide rental equipment, lessons, 2 food service areas, and lounge. Check out their website at powderridge.com.
Visit utvsnews.com for all of your local news.
Now, Ryan, one team that has been known to have success at St. Cloud State is the baseball team. Their rank has proved it as they are now the number 1 team in the nation. SCSU showcased their talent in the Tuscan Invitational, knocking off 6 teams. One of those teams was Mount Mary College as they defeated them 18-3. It didn't take long for the Huskies to get on the board as they took the lead 5-0 in the first inning, and again in the second, bringing in 3 more runs. The Huskies out-hit Mount Mary 21-6 as 3 players had home runs. Kyle Leeser and Carl Sorensen both had 2 doubles to help the Huskies remain 14-0.
Now, Bobby, the Huskies brought the bats on Tuesday as well as they put up 11 runs against Northern State, including a 6th spot in the 8th inning. The defense did their part as well, holding the Wolves to only 1 run in a winning effort. That 1 run came in the first inning, but it was all Huskies from that point as they scored 11 unanswered en route to an 11-1 rout of the Wolves. Carl Sorensen went 3 for 5 and had 3 RBIs to propel the offense and improve the Cardinal and Blacks record to 15-0. For Northern State, the loss dropped them to a record of 7-5. On the mound for the Huskies was Sheldon Mix, who pitched 8 strong innings, giving up only 1 run and striking out 6. He was the winning pitcher for the Huskies and improved his record to 4-0.
Like I said, these Huskies are showing some talent early, setting some high expectations for this season. And man, did they start swinging for the fences coming out of the gate. The Huskies are currently leading the nation in batting average, doubles per game, and of course, their winning percentage. Now the Cardinal and Black are second on base percentage and scoring. The Huskies will open up conference play with 4 games against Wayne State starting this weekend.
Not only are the Huskies leading the nation in batting average, doubles per game, and winning percentage, the Cardinal and Black are also outscoring their opponents by a score of 179-58 through their first 15 games. Let me spare you the time doing the math, as that's a run differential of 121 runs. Folks, that is not a typo. The Huskies have scored 121 more runs than their opponent through 15 games. For perspective, the 2015 St. Cloud State baseball team scored a total of 123 runs and gave up 47 through their first 15 games, a run differential of 76. St. Cloud State's baseball team has been having a great season so far, especially after the Arizona Invitational. ASHL Ed Pearson and Madison Golden have the story.
Successful 15-0 season so far, especially after their winning streak in Arizona.
Team as a whole, we came out on top undefeated, so it was a good time for all of us. It was a lot of fun to play. Just going to take it one game at a time, one road trip at a time, and keep playing well and keep playing hard-nosed Husky baseball.
You want to go down there and win baseball games, and I guess that's ultimately the #1 goal, and we did win all of our games. But equally as important, you want to get everybody, playing time, because it's a long trip, 11 days, and you just can't play the same 9 guys. Hopefully this spring Mother Nature works with us like last year, but also regional, and for us to make that next step, we've proven that we can make a regional and play well in a regional. And with this senior group, I know it's a goal of theirs to get to that next level. They've been through this now for 3.5 years, and you get captains like Kyle Leeser and Butch Hoffman and Logan Spitzak. They really do a lot of the, getting the guys ready for practices.
The Cardinal and Black look to continue their success this season.
It's a grind to play 34, 36 games in a matter of 6.5, 7 weeks, and you got quality teams, like Mankato's and Augustanas that are always at the top of the list, and then you have senior dominant teams like Duluth and Concordia, who I know are going to be fighting for winning that Northern Sun Championship. The guys are ready to defend that Northern Sun Championship. It's not going to be easy with a lot of quality teams, but when you have quality seniors, you're going to be in the mix at the end of the year.
The team looks to continue their success as they take on Wayne State College on March 25th.
As mentioned, the Huskies will next hit the road to Nebraska to take on Wayne State on Friday in doubleheader action. If records are a predictor of success, the Huskies should come out of the weekend with a 0 in the loss column, as Wayne State has a record of 3-12. Game 1 starts at 12 o'clock, and Game 2 will follow at 3.
Another spring sport that is in full swing of things again is the St. Cloud State men and women's golf team. This season, the program welcomed in new head coach Michael Seifert to take over both teams. Now, as many of you know, golf has a split season, starting in the fall and finishing tournament play in the spring. The men's team is currently standing at 3rd in the conference behind Minnesota State and Winona, while the women's team sits at 4th behind Augustana, Concordia, and Minnesota State Mankato. The men's team opened their spring season heading down to Kansas City to play in the Washburn Invitational. Now, for Minnesotans, it's never easy to play well right away after 6 months of being inside, but the Huskies battled, tailing a total of 943 points, putting them in 8th place. The Cardinal and Black were 70 strokes behind the leading team from Washburn University, but freshman Troy Runlin led the Huskies scores of 78, 74, and another score of 78. Jack Barnard placed 38th in the tournament, scorecarding 77 and 81 in another round of 77. Now, freshman Troy Runlin is a player to watch for the Huskies this year, as he currently leads not only the Huskies team, but also is ranked #1 in the conference just as a freshman.
That's pretty impressive to do that as a freshman. Who knows? He might be the next Jordan Spieth.
You never know. Well, coming up after the break, we hear about some decisions SCSU athletes are making.
And then we hear from Mikey Asamont himself.
UTVS, local TV for the Granite City. Visit utvsnews.com for all of your local news. You're watching UTVS, local TV for the Granite City. You're watching UTVS, local TV for the Granite City.
St. Cloud State men's tennis team was in action this weekend at the Fitness Evolution Center in Sartell to take on the Gusties of Gustavus. Marco Locatelli would chalk up a W for the Cardinal and Black, winning 5-7 and 6-2 and taking the decisive third set 1-love. The rest of the day, though, would bring no love for the Huskies. The Gusties would dominate, scoring victories in the rest of the singles matches, as well as picking up wins in doubles playing, including 8-love affair. The Huskies now sit at 10-6 on the season and will have 2 weeks off before traveling to play Augustana April 3rd.
The tennis team was looking to continue their 3-game winning streak, but the Gusties from Gustavus had other plans as they served the Huskies with an 8-1 decision. The lone win for the Huskies came courtesy of Marcelo Locatelli. The loss dropped the Huskies' record to 10-6 on the season, and they will look to rebound in South Dakota when they next take on Augustana University.
Now staying on the court, but switching to the women's team, the Lady Huskies finished their spring break trip to Orlando, Florida with a win over Bentley University. Number 2 singles player Abby Cantor won both sets 6-1, 6-3. SCSU's 4 singles player Lexi Ports also won both sets 7-5, 6-1, which currently puts them at 7-7 overall with 6 matches left in regular season play.
The Cardinal and Black rode a 5-game winning streak heading into tonight's conference opening series against the University of Minnesota Duluth. The St. Cloud State softball team battled to stay in it but lost a close one 4-2. Junior Megan Hedstrom threw 4 strikeouts and only gave up 4 runs. Junior Rebecca Harps helped the Huskies stay in it by hitting an RBI double to make the game 4-2. The Huskies look to rebound in Game 2.
And that's exactly what these Huskies did the second game as they put up 10 runs on Duluth and won by a score of 10-7. Alyssa Clatado went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, while Jessica Gorger went 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs herself. And the St. Cloud State wrestling team is good on the mat. That's what happens when you're a 2-time national champion. But they're also pretty good with the books as well, as 3 wrestlers were named to the 2015-16 Division II All-Academic Wrestling First Team. The wrestlers were 125-pound national champion Brett Vensky, former 125-pound national champion Tim Prescott, and 4-time All-Conference Clint Poster. I hope Poster has a big trophy case, adding 1 final to his storybook career. Well, it's well documented the St. Cloud State hockey team is the 2016 NCHC champions. Ryan Junty takes a look at how they reached NCHC supremacy.
Here's a puck and they score! St. Cloud State increases it to a 3-1 lead.
It started with a sweep of the Western Michigan Broncos and ended with a win over rival UMD to claim the coveted NCHC tournament title. The title meant 2 things. The Huskies are the 2016 NCHC champions, and they are headed to their 12th NCAA tournament.
To be here and be with all the guys when we find out who we're playing and everything, I guess it just really sets up for an exciting weekend.
Freshman standout Mikey Asamont showcased his star potential as he scored 3 of the team's 7 goals in the NCHC Frozen Faceoff. The senior class was also on display as Joey Bennick and David Morley each scored a goal. While one of the team's goals is complete, Coach Motzko knows winning the NCHC was only half the battle.
So we're excited, but we want to park it quickly and try to stay off an emotional roller coaster. And I thought that was the key to our game.
Motzko, however, sees a difference between last year's team and this year's team that could propel the Huskies throughout the tournament.
Last year, we went in banged up, you know, and got more banged up right away. And we're going in healthy this year, and we're going in confident.
For the players themselves, they are looking to seize the opportunity that is ahead of them.
You know, we can't let nerves get to us, and this is the point of the season when it's do or die, so we just got to go out there and play our game.
The Huskies are looking to flip the script with their NCAA tournament results, as they have lost in the regional final the last 2 years. For the Huskies, Saturday cannot come soon enough, as the quest to flip the script begins then.
The Huskies will take on Ferris State on Saturday in the first round of the NCAA tournament at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. Puck drop is set at 3 p.m. Mikey, welcome to the show. We're happy to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Well, looking at this past weekend, huge win for you guys, bringing home another trophy for the case. Now, looking at Friday's game against Denver, obviously with you being from Colorado, a little bit of a personal connection there for you. You know, what did it mean personally to knock off this team right away in the tournament?
Oh, it obviously feels great. I grew up about 20 minutes from the campus, so it's a place that I grew up skating and know a lot of the guys on the team. So being able to sweep them in Denver was really special for me, and then obviously being able to end their run for the NCHCs. It's a fun way to start off the weekend before the championship game.
Well, now looking at Saturday's game against Duluth, you know, you guys have seen this team just a few weeks ago when they kind of beat you guys at home those 2 games. You know, what was the difference, I guess, from this past weekend from the last time they played you guys?
I think we just kind of knew what we were going to get out of them. They're a team, and there's not many surprises with them. They're fast and they're strong and very physical, but we know that if we play our game, which I don't think we really were able to do a couple weekends back at home, we knew that we could beat them, and so we kind of went with a game plan and didn't play emotional, and were able to get a 3-1 win.
Now, Mikey, 3 goals this last weekend, being named to the All-Tournament team, named MVP, not only this last weekend, but also in the North Star Cup as well. You know, what is it about the big stage that seems to bring out the best in you?
I don't know. I guess I've been that way since a little kid, where you're able. It's not hard to get up in the morning for any game like that, in a tournament from a tournament standpoint. So being able to just go out there and just work hard, and there's good atmosphere and stuff like that. With a good team behind you, it just kind of helps me out, and so far so good, I guess.
Well, now looking ahead, there's obviously going to be more crazy atmosphere coming up. This weekend, you guys face off against Ferris State. You know, this is a team you guys haven't played before. You know, how do you guys, I guess, prepare for a big game like this with a team that you're so unfamiliar with?
Our coach Motzko, he just preaches preparation. So, you know, we have to make sure we're getting rest all week and just doing the normal things that we would do for a team that we see all the time, like Duluth. And but since we haven't seen them too much, and we've only seen clips of them, never played against them. It's going to be a lot of film this week, and just getting ready for whatever systems they run and stuff like that. We're going to be practicing on a NHL-sized sheet too a little bit to get ready for the XL Energy Center. So yeah, we're just going to try to prepare as much as we can on and off the ice.
Well, Mikey, we wish you and the rest of the team the best of luck, and we appreciate you coming on the show with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. With a lot of success SCSU men's hockey team is having, one particular senior is up for the Hobie Baker Award. Local kid Ethan Prow, a Sauk Rapids native who was named NCHC Player of the Year. The senior defenseman led the Huskies defensive core that only gave up 2.1 goals per game, as well as being the quarterback of that power play that had a 0.29% conversion rate. And for anyone that knows hockey, knows that's a heck of a percentage rate that is going to generate a strong offense. So Huskies fans, if you want to put a vote for SCSU captain Ethan Prow, you can go to Facebook and vote, but you can only vote once every 24 hours.
2014 SCSU hockey captain and Hobie Baker finalist Nick Dowd has been called up from Ontario Reign in the AHL to the LA Kings this afternoon, according to Kings general manager Dean Lombardi. The 25-year-old has posted 47 points this season for the Reign, the most points he's had in a season so far in his 3 years in the AHL. He joins the Kings, who begin a 3-game road trip, which starts tonight against the Minnesota Wild at 7:30 on NBC-SN. After the break, find out who our Husky Mag Player of the Week is.
And then more on what events to look forward to, as well as our favorite part of the week, naming our Blizzard's best.
We'll be right back.
With some snow turning over to rain as we go through the day tomorrow.
Currently it's 44 degrees. The rain did start to come down again. We had a short break there.
Bring us up to 10.
Family fun for all ages. Powder Ridge Winter Recreation Area. Enjoy skiing, snowboarding, snow tubing just minutes south of St. Cloud. They provide rental equipment, lessons, 2 food service areas, and lounge. Check out their website at powderridge.com.
You're watching UTVS, local TV for the Granite City.
So we've got Husky happenings happening for you first. Let's find out what's coming up for the St. Cloud State sports. So baseball will be traveling to take on Wayne State. Softball will be traveling to Minnesota State. Men's golf will be traveling to Paradise Point. And the men's hockey team, as you all know, will be traveling down to the XL Energy Center this weekend for a matchup with Ferris State in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
And now let's talk about our Mag Player of the Week, a familiar guy we saw just a few minutes ago. All-tournament team and MVP Mikey Acemont is coming on strong at the right time of the season after being benched in expedition play to becoming one of the leading scorers for the Huskies. Mikey Acemont finished the weekend off with 3 goals, helping his team win the Frozen Faceoff. Now, not only was he named MVP for this tournament, but he was also named MVP a few months ago in the North Star Cup. And now we'll give you our top plays of the week with Blizzard's best.
Starting off with number 3, it is Denver on the breakaway here, and Charlie Lindgren with a glove save. Lindgren came up huge for the Huskies this game and was huge to propel for the win. Number 2, Bobby was just talking about him, and it's Mikey Acemont coming in and sneaking one past the Denver goalie. Here's another look as Proud dishes to Acemont and finishes right side. At number 1, it's Joey Ballgame, a.k.a. Joey Bennick with the snipe top shelf past the Denver goalie. He had no chance at that one.
Well, from all of us here at Husky Mag, I'm Bobby Bullock alongside Ryan Junty. Thanks so much for joining us.
We'll see you back here next week for some more Husky Athletics.
Here at UTVS News, we are always ready for a new day.
Welcome to UTVS News tonight at 6 o'clock.
Following the lead, the action,
Bench for the extra attacker, down back, and score!
the tragedies, the unpredictability, and the stories that keep our community informed and together.
UTVS News, local news for the Granite City.